there, and welcome to Nash Talk Network. I want to express my gratitude for your help and support through subscribing, sharing, and liking my content. I highly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Now, our today guest, we're going to tackle about immigrant parenting and the struggles and the challenges of immigrant parenting, and especially because our guest is a mentor himself. He mentors a youth. So we're going to walk through as we talk together. So please welcome to the show. Karibu sana.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay. My name's William Lagoi. I was born and raised up in Ubiru, Kabete, which is in Kiambu County.
Hmm, Karibu sana.
Thank you.
So I just want us to go more into details. Everybody has a story, a very interesting story of how they got to the United States. And what is your story and what were your expectations when you got here?
I would say my desire to come to United States, uh, it's way back in my school days in primary school. I remember there was this time videos were introduced, and we would watch movies made from Hollywood. I remember I was a fan of Lambo, and that's why I got the interest of coming to United States. And when I completed high school, I did apply to several colleges here in United States, but because of lack of funds, I was not able to make it. But it happened that I happened to uh, find a friend who advised me about the diversity visa program, which I applied several times. In fact, I did apply about 10 times,
Oh,
but
wow.
finally I was able to make it. Yeah, I started applying in 1993,
Oh,
and I
my.
was able to win the green card
Mhm.
in 2001.
For some of you watching, probably you don't know, lottery is an yearly, like they usually have every year, whereby you play a lottery to win a green card.
Yes.
That's a direct ticket to get you to the United States. It makes you settle here and be a resident. You'll be able to move in and out of the country, if I understand. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yep. Yes.
So which year did you move? Like you did get to the plane and get to the US?
In September 2003. Yeah.
Wow.
So September this year, I'll be 20 years.
Oh,
Yes.
oh my goodness.
Yes. It's a long time. It's a long time.
That's a long time.
Time moves very fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what were your expectations? And after you landed to the US, what were the changes in terms of education and the people that hosted you, or how did you get here? Tell us your story.
Uh, First of all, I want to thank my host, Moto, and the church community here in Lancaster. They did receive me very well. I want to give thanks to Reverend Samuel Wajau.
Oh, Pastor Wanjao
Pastor
was
Wajau.
still here by that
Yeah, he was
time.
here. Yeah. In fact,
Shout out to you, Pastor.
he paid for my first deposit, house deposit, and the first rent.
Oh my goodness.
So I thank uh, the Lancaster community for
Yes.
supporting me
Yes.
in being able to settle down here
Yes.
in Lancaster.
Yes.
Yeah, I have not moved to other states,
States, yeah.
so I have been living here in Lancaster
For all that.
20 years now, for the past 20 years.
Wow.
Before I came here, I was working for Kenya government in the Ministry of Health for 7 years. And coming here, I had to start from the scratch, like most of us. And after I got here, the first 3 months, I was doing several jobs because I had left a young family back at home. For my kids, I was not able to bring them because of some technicalities.
Yeah.
And in fact, I was separated from my family for 7 years.
Oh, yeah.
But 13 years ago,
Yeah.
they relocated and we had a good family reunion.
Yes.
And coming back to your questions about some of the challenges,
Yeah.
other challenges something to do with education.
Yes.
In Kenya, after high school, I did attend college, a
Mm-hmm.
two-year college in Kware district.
Mm-hmm.
I was trained as a public health technician,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew coming here, I didn't know where to start. But after maybe 6 months, I did enroll in a nursing school because one thing I knew when I get to this country, I want to become a nurse. I want to go to a nursing school.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did. I got a diploma
Mm-hmm.
after 1 year, which was challenging because I was going to school full time,
Mm-hmm.
7 to 3. And then after that, I'll go to a job from uh, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was challenging, but
Yeah.
the good thing I made it.
Yeah.
And after that, that's where I started my nursing profession. I've
Yes.
been a nurse for the last 17 years.
So I want us to get into a little bit into parenting now that when your family moved to the US, the struggles of parenting. I'm aware that you're raising three giants.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what were some of the challenges that you've seen as a parent living in the US and the struggles that you guys have gone through raising these kids?
The challenge obviously there,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all about balancing work
Mm-hmm.
and life,
Yeah.
family,
Yeah.
and some of the parents go to school.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to balance work,
Work,
school,
school.
and life.
I know.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's very tough.
Yeah,
I'm also a young mom, and
yeah,
sometimes I have to do this, I have to do a lot, take care of the kids, and it has never been easy.
exactly.
So, you raising boys,
Yes.
and one of your passion is mentorship and mentoring the youth.
Yeah.
What are some, take us into details of what you talk to your boys about, especially that this country is a little bit harsh when it comes to boy child, especially our skin color.
Exactly. Yeah, I know as so many of you, you have learned about Black Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm.
That's something to me, it, it challenges me to think because I don't want to find myself or rather future generations.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want them to be caught up in a situation where they are regretting why their parent moved here.
Mm-hmm.
So from the Black Lives Matter movement, I decided that I want to bring young men, uh, immigrant men,
Mm-hmm.
because as you know that America is a country of immigrant.
Mm-hmm.
So my goal is uh, to mentor them.
Mm-hmm.
And as I don't know whether many people know this, that when we come here, even though we call ourselves Kenyans American, but people out there, they refer us as African Americans. So I did coin uh, this dot.
Mm-hmm.
We are African Americans,
Mm-hmm.
so we need to have the two brains.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the coin is about the two brain. One side of the coin as African, we should think of
Mm-hmm.
ourselves as African.
Mm-hmm.
The other side as an American.
Yeah.
So when it comes to African
Mm-hmm.
brain, the African thinking, we should see how we connect with our with Africa,
Mm-hmm.
because that is the reason why God made it possible for us to be born in Africa, and it's all about keeping connection with Africa. whereby we can, as young men, we can have trips, and in these trips we have programs uh, which the the youth will decide,
Yeah.
and in a way to for them to learn about Africa.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the American brain,
Mm-hmm.
uh, this is where uh, I would like to see young men being
Mm-hmm.
mentored
Mm-hmm.
by people, professional people.
Yeah.
Let's say one kid like doing business,
Mm-hmm.
where at that point we would like to connect them with those people in business. If
Yeah.
somebody want to become a lawyer, we try to connect uh, them with
Mm-hmm.
lawyers,
Yeah.
uh, so that because what I've come to find is that
Mm-hmm.
sometimes our children
Mm-hmm.
have problems. They don't know how to ask for help.
Yeah.
So it's upon us to kind of help them
Mm-hmm.
how to solve some of the problems they could be going through. And if they become professionals,
Yeah.
they are not in the low income level.
Yeah.
They are economically empowered.
Yes.
Then they will get uh, out of the troubles in
Oh.
this country. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Mhm,
I must recommend that. That is a great move that you're doing, mentoring them. So now, when we like us parents,
mhm,
immigrant parents, after we have our children in this country,
mhm.
they just automatically become American.
Yes.
However much you try to, pressure them into our way, Kenyan way, African way,
Mhm,
it is a little bit more difficult because once they start going to preschool and other, once they start moving, they get into the system of the
mhm,
US.
mhm,
So, what are some of the mentorship programs that you're trying to push uh, to let these kids know that even if you are born here,
mhm,
at least think about going back home.
mhm,
And especially, I'm pretty sure that some of us, we have resources back in Kenya
mhm.
and would like our children to inherit. And then sometimes, wow, here, this is their root. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly,
do you
exactly.
guys have any way of talking them out? And
Mhm.
has it been successful?
I can say one thing which our parents should try most is to maintain our culture.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the many ways is to, especially for Kenyans,
Mm-hmm.
um, is to learn our languages. Like for
Yeah.
my case, uh, by the way, my wife comes from Samburu. In our house, we speak Swahili.
Yeah.
So we, yeah, when they came for us, when we
Mm-hmm.
got
Mm-hmm.
reunited,
Yeah.
we made a point that we'll continue speaking Swahili
Yeah.
because we do not want our children
Children
to
to,
lose that
yeah, to lose at
in
least.
that part. Yeah,
Yeah.
outside there they can in school they can speak English,
Yeah.
and by the way, it's good for them to learn from their teachers.
Yes.
Yeah. So to maintain our culture,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Swahili will help them
Mm-hmm.
when they go back to Africa.
Yeah.
They will not have a hard time communicating.
Yes.
And of course, the food. I know they don't like our food.
I know.
Yeah, they like the pizza and others, lasagna.
Yeah.
But we try to encourage them to eat our food. And also, another thing is about when they doing colleges.
Mm-hmm.
In colleges, there is what is called service learning,
Mm-hmm.
whereby students can go to another country
Mm.
and go there to learn from the locals.
Yes.
So we would like to see many of our children taking trips
Yeah.
to learn more from our people back home.
The culture shock. let's go through the
Yes.
culture shock.
Mm-hmm.
Because personally, I was raised Masain in Masailand,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember moving to Nairobi. And the first thing was like every man of my dad's age,
Mm-hmm.
and wasalimia na kichwa.
Yeah.
And even right now, I
Mm-hmm.
still struggle with it. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I'm around wazee fulani,
Mm-hmm.
there's just that uncomfortability. I feel like no, I shouldn't sit here.
Exactly.
But America is totally different. And
Yes.
then back home, you're very humble. Even when I was working in Kenya,
Mm-hmm.
as long as I was a journalist,
Mm-hmm.
there was just a way I could express people
Mm-hmm.
humbly and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But this country, there's nothing like that.
Exactly.
Everything is just
Mm-hmm.
every everything is just like
Yeah, it's a fast world.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, what are some of the culture shock? And even as parents, as you
Mm-hmm.
guys are raising your kids,
Mm-hmm.
mnasema na Kiswahili kuwe na heshima,
Yes.
peleka heshima huko nje,
Yeah.
but heshima yetu it's being translated the other way
Yeah.
hapa America.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are some of the culture shocks that you yourself have encountered, and what you've seen your children go through?
Mm-hmm.
And for those that are watching,
Mm-hmm.
what can you tell them so that they can navigate between such kind of challenges and struggles?
Yeah. I can say families are the basic unit of a nation.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's from families where we get citizens,
Yes,
and it's from the same family we get church members.
yes,
So families need to have values
mm-hmm.
which goes in hand with what is expected in the society.
Mm-hmm.
So I can say um, it's it's for the parent to make sure their kids. In America, we call them kids.
Mm-hmm.
I know many people call them children over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. Uh, yeah, to keep the values
Mm-hmm.
because uh, we know if they don't have values, then they don't have a good future. And especially these countries whereby they keep records. So if you happen to be in bad records,
Mm-hmm.
you have a chance that you might not get employed.
Yeah,
So trying to keep your behavior. That's
yeah,
a very important thing.
yes.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
Thank you so much for accepting my invite to this show today.
Mm-hmm.
In future, when I'm happy, I will still keep continuing to call you
Mm-hmm.
for more details and more interviews in future.
Yes.
So I really want to say thank you so much. And to our viewers, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Please go ahead and continue sharing my content. And please leave a comment and leave a message down there so that I can know that you are watching and viewing my content. Thank you so much.